Thanks for tuning into Stocks with Antonio. Hopefully, everyone's enjoying their weekend, but we got to find opportunity in this market. Now, we're going to be having Nvidia's going to come out with their earnings on February 25th. Circle that day on your calendar because that is going to impact the stock market. So it's an important day. If you're going to be involved in the stock market, you want to be paying attention to companies' earnings, what's going on with the with politics and everything, because all that does affect the markets. It can make it pull back, it can make it start to recover, start to go up. But February's been a month that's been pretty tough on the market. A lot of people are seeing their portfolio, they're seeing red. There's a lot of pullback, and I get it. When people see red, it doesn't make you excited to invest. And it's hard to understand that this is really the best opportunities, and pullbacks is where you really create the most wealth. Now, with how the market is right now, I'm not too focused on short-term trading. Just because we're making a lot on a lot of stocks that I like, we're just making newer lows. So I'm really looking for opportunity to be adding to my long-term portfolio. Now, don't get me wrong, doesn't mean that I'm not doing any short-term trading, but when I do short-term trading now, it's more day trading. I'll do it on a day that I can be right in front of the computer, which is rare, but the mornings I can be right in front of the computer watching the market. I'll do a call option or a put option to get in and out the same day. I'm not trying to hold anything right now overnight just because we've had so much come out this past week. And now this new week, we're going to have NVIDIA. So I don't want to buy and hold for a few days because most likely that stock is probably going to be going down. Now, I wanted to talk more long term. Where is there opportunity? I think you got an amazing opportunity in Amazon. If you've been watching my channel, if you've been watching some of my videos, you know I've talked about Amazon. I became an Amazon shareholder back in 2022. I got in at $144 a share. And I wanted to share this with some of you because this is something that can definitely happen. There's no timing the market perfectly. You just got to enter, right? And I entered in 2022, right? And I got at $144 a share. You know what it did in 2022? The market dropped all the way to under $100. You know what I did? I didn't sell out. I held because I believed in Amazon. I knew based on the fundamentals, everything the company had going, I knew it wasn't going anywhere. I knew it was going to grow. I knew it was just a downturn, meaning that it was just an opportunity to get an amazing company at a discount. Now, a lot of you, when you see discounts with your favorite brands, with your, whatever you like, you see it as an opportunity to get a sale and buy what you like. Well, you got to do that too with stocks. Good companies on a sale is an opportunity to buy. And right now, Amazon is pulling back. Now, I get it. Some of you are going to say, well, Amazon's spending a lot on AI infrastructure. They're planning to spend $200 billion, and that's a ginormous a number, right? It's scary. But Amazon's been around for a long time, and all they've done is prove themselves over and over and over. Anytime a company's doing a switch or doing something new, people act like they always do. They're negative about it. Oh, well, what about this doesn't work? In my opinion, I could be wrong. I think what they're doing, investing in AI, is the right move. They're going to prove to their investors and to everyone over the long term that they're making the right decision, right? They don't want to stay behind. When you're these big companies, you got to stay ahead of the game to continue dominating and being one of the big companies, right? You can't just say, I'm not going to invest in it anymore. No, that's too risky. We're just going to keep this concept. You know what will happen over time? You'll probably go out of business. Your competition will run you over. So you got to keep investing. You got to keep growing. And that's what Amazon's doing. And a lot of people don't understand that. So they're saying, oh, you got to sell Amazon now because they're spending too much. And you know what they're doing that? They're pumping that out in the media to get a lot of retail investors to sell and bring the stock price down. And you know what? Who's really buying? Institutions, big whales. And if you don't believe me, you can do your own research. You can fact check me. Go ahead, go on Google, do some research yourself. You'll see that Vanguard has been adding shares of Amazon. Vanguard. So if you think you're smarter than Vanguard by selling, go ahead, but they're adding. Also, go ahead and look at Principal Financial Group Incorporated. The third quarter of 2025, you know what they did? They added over 500,000 shares to their position, and now they hold a little bit over 20 million shares. They're not selling, they're not panicking, and that's institution investing. Okay, they're not just little retail investors like you and I. What I've been doing since 2022, I've been adding shares to what I already have. This company at one point in time was trading, believe it or not, over $3,000 a share. The reason you're seeing it right now around $210 a share is because they did a stock split. A lot of these companies, they'll run up And when the stock price gets really high, what they do is they'll do a stock split so they can bring the price down. But if you're already a holder, it doesn't lose value for you. You just get more shares so you keep the same value. And I love when I'm in a company and they do a stock split and I have more shares and then the price runs back up again. So I believe Amazon pulling back is just an opportunity to buy now, hold for long term, because it's probably going to be volatile right now with all the investing they're doing in AI. So I'm not saying that you're going to buy this company and right away you're going to be able to make a profit. It's long term, meaning you're planning to hold this for the next 5 years or longer. Keep that in mind. Now, also keep in mind, I'm not a financial advisor. So anything that I'm saying is just what I'm doing. It's not a suggestion for you to buy, hold, or sell. So I'm not giving anyone financial advice. I'm just sharing my opinion, what I think about Amazon, how I'm seeing institutions buying into it. Whales are adding to it. So I'm not going to be selling off. I'm going to be doing this dip. I'm going to be adding because I believe this is going to be a wealth builder in my portfolio. And I don't want to miss out on it because they're saying, hey, it's spending so much on AI. There's an AI bubble, right? I think a lot of that is just the media trying to scare people like retail investors to sell out, to sell their Amazon shares, bring the price down while they're secretly adding more shares to their position. And over the years, you're going to see Amazon most likely a lot higher in share price, and they're going to be building a mass wealth. Why aren't you doing that? What are you doing now in your life to change it, right? You don't want to be dependent on a 9 to 5. You don't want to have to work when you're at, 65 plus because you didn't save money for retirement or because you don't have any money that you didn't take any money now and put it for long term. You want to start creating wealth. You want to get to a position one day where you can say, if you are working a 9 to 5, hey, screw you. Maybe you build a good amount of money into your brokerage account. You can take that money and maybe start investing in real estate and doing other things, right? What are you doing with your money to build wealth? A lot of people right now are just taking their money, they're finding excuses to not invest, and they're saying, hey, I'm just going to focus on paying my bills and taking this little bit of money to have fun. And they don't want to do anything. You got to start investing. Now, I get it. Things are expensive and you might be tight. So that means you might have to take on a side hustle. You might have to think ideas. And I get it. Hey, it's not easy coming up with ideas, but maybe you can start off, hey, do a little bit of Uber uh, driving. If you don't want people in your car, then do Uber Eats, right? Deliver some food. Try to make an extra $20 weekly to invest in the market. Hey, $20 into your favorite stock. It doesn't have to be Amazon. Or if you're like, hey, I don't really want to invest in just one stock, then do an ETF that tracks the S&P 500 and put $20 in it every week, or put a $50 or whatever you can. But start doing something to change your life in the future. And if you're not doing anything now to do that, then you're going to most likely just have to work a 9 to 5 for the rest of your life. And hey, that ain't fun. So what's important is take the advantage of the stock market to build wealth. That's definitely what I'm doing. And I see how it can change people's lives because I've been doing this for a long time. I've been looking at my 401k and I've seen how the money has grown. The stock market can change your life for the better, but it's like anything. If you're investing in bad stocks, your investment won't go anywhere. If it's just in real estate, if you're making bad investments in real estate, you won't make money. Okay. A lot of people are scared to invest their money because I get it. Everyone says to invest, but you can invest and lose your money. Some people, they're better off putting their money under their mattress because they're investing and they're making bad investments. So they're not really growing their money, they're losing their money. So one of my suggestions when it comes to investing is you want to invest in things that have a track record, like the Mag 7. And if you're like, hey, I'm not good at picking stocks, instead of buying penny stocks or try to become rich overnight, try to focus on building wealth over time. And then if you're like, hey, I'm not good at picking stocks, the S&P 500. I'm going to share a ticker symbol with you, that it's an ETF that tracks the S&P 500 that I've done really well with, but they actually changed the ticker symbol. It used to be SPLG. Now, some of you that are watching this may have SPLG. If you do, let me know down in the comments below. But SPLG has been a great ETF for me. Now, I wanted to see the new ticker symbol in case you have a hard time looking it up with SPLG. Let me see. I can't find it right now. But if you're interested in that one, just go on Google, type in SPLG ETF. You'll see they changed it's no longer SPLG. They changed it. So you got to go ahead and go on Google and look it up. But I've been holding it for years. And man, That ETF is done me super well. Now it's just like VOO. So there's another one, but VOO has a higher share price, but they get the same return. So it doesn't really matter because I know some people when they see, VOO is trading over $600 a share, they see that and like, $600 and they scare away. So if you want another ETF that's similar to VOO with giving you this percentage wise the same returns, SPLG is around $80 a share. And I can't believe I couldn't find it. Let me see. I should be able to find it. So I could give you the correct ticker symbol. Sometimes they do change their ticker symbols. Let me see here. So it's SPLG. Yeah, SPLG. Maybe I thought for some reason they changed their ticker symbol, but yeah, SPLG, $80 right now. And I think that's a great one just to add in every week, monthly. But right now, with how volatile it is, especially if you're a newer investor, I would be looking for a good ETF or investing in the Mag 7. And my favorite one right now in the Mag 7 is Amazon. I think it's a great opportunity. I know they're investing a lot in AI infrastructure, and that's probably in the short term going to make the stock volatile and make the price not move to the upside like you would like to see. It might stay stagnant and pull back. And especially when they have their next earnings, depending on how those numbers come out, it may pull back. So I am saying in the short term, I'm not expecting Amazon to skyrocket. But if you do hold it for 5 years or longer, I'm confident that you're going to get a return. Now, I can't guarantee that. That's just my opinion and what I'm going to be doing in my portfolio. So do understand that investing does carry risk and you can lose money. But instead of just jumping in and trying to get a bunch of penny stocks, that most likely you will lose all your money, I would be looking into better stocks like Mag 7 or a good ETF that tracks the S&P 500. If you found the video helpful, please do me a big favor, smash the like button. If you haven't done so, leave me some comments down below what you think about the current stock market and what do you think it's headed towards. Do you think this is an opportunity or do you think we're going to a mass recession and the stock market's over? I love to know what you guys think. Thanks for watching. If you haven't done so, please consider subscribing. It doesn't cost you anything and it really helps the channel out. Thanks for watching again, and I'll see you on the next one.